Hello and welcome to my new video. This is House Flipper 2. It's been a really long time and I have Christmas break off right now because of my work. So I thought I would pop in here and I played a quest up here which unlocked a new house which I bought. Here, House with a Bunker. The quest is amazing. And that's why I wanted to buy the house. And then I also just wanted to go through the cleanup because the cleanup is also amazing. It's just so satisfying to clear all the clutter and reset and just go back to kind of like default. It's like clearing a hoarder house, you know, like, can you get the permission to just throw out all the garbage and get rid of everything? And then you just see everything's just empty. It's awesome. But yeah, so this is what I did on Christmas Day. I just played House Flipper and cleaned up this house. And it's, if you're watching House Flipper 2 videos on YouTube, then you can also look up the quest itself. I didn't record the quest because I just kind of like sped through. A lot of my quests, I just kind of zip through, do it as quickly as I can. I don't really bother taking time placing anything because you don't keep it. I think I'm sure I've mentioned this in my previous videos, but if you're new here, this is why I don't record my quests, because I don't, we don't keep any of the quest. So I just kind of take my time and nicely decorate houses that I intend to keep. Like literally, like when I go into a quest and it says to place, like you open up your quest log and you get a bunch of items, and then it'll say like, place these 6 chairs. Like I don't set them up around a table. I just go chair, 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 like across, like I don't bother making it look pretty. I just do what's recommended. And then as soon as I get to like the point where I can end the quest or finish it, then I just finish it. I don't try for 3 stars. I have enough money, so I'm fine on money. But yeah, that's kind of that's my play, I guess. That's how I play. But this one I am going to take my time with. I'm going to like do it properly, clean everything up, and then decorate and yeah, keep it because I don't sell them. Okay. Let me keep going here. I also got a new computer. I don't know if you noticed the graphics or not from my last video, but yeah. I'm also like trying out some of my games that I couldn't play with my old computer. Oh, there's a invisible wall here. Okay, that makes sense. But I couldn't play Mass Effect. I got the Mass Effect Legendary and I couldn't play it because my old ass computer just couldn't do it. The poor old girl couldn't play my Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So it just sat there in my Steam account waiting for me to set up the computer that I got. I got a new computer gifted to me, and it needed a hard drive and it needed a Windows install. So it took me a while, and eventually I did it. I was just putting it off, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it like when I have time off, or I'll just do it on the weekend, or I'll just, whatever. And then I just never got to it. And then it's like almost a year later, and the new computer is still not set up. So finally did that and had my nephew help me, and he installed the Windows and, you know, etc. Put in a new hard drive. And then I got a new monitor. So I have a 32-inch right now. I wonder how the zooming is. I don't see any blur. I've been kind of like critical over the performance recently, just because I want to make sure that there's nothing like kind of set wrong, or if my new graphics card can't handle the 32-inch monitor, or if there's something wrong with my monitor, or, you know, like just stuff like that. So I've just been trying to pay attention to things like tearing or blur, or kind of like skipping. I do notice that sometimes the monitor turns itself off randomly and comes back on. So I don't know if that's because it's just going to sleep. I don't know. It might be. It might not be. It's slightly different to the Quest, because in the Quest it wasn't barricaded like this. This keypad was on the outside here, and then this was closed. There's like a door or something, and then this opened it. And yeah, it wasn't bricked, I don't think. Oh, what? It's flooded. What the heck? One sec. Okay, so I had a little bit of a mishap. I forgot my keybinds. I guess because I'm playing on a new computer now, I reassigned my keys and forgot that I reassigned my keys to different keybinds based off of, you know, what I was used to. And I didn't realize I didn't unpause it. So there's a chunk missing. I don't know what I did between discovering that the basement is flooded. I vaguely remember walking around and kind of being in awe of, like, you know, the floodedness of it. I will be going back down there again later. So yeah, it is now February, so it's a month later, and I'm finally getting around to doing this voiceover. I did do like these renovations like the same night. I just so happened to remember to unpause it and hit record again to be able to capture this part. So yeah, I also did a recording already, and I didn't realize it was 2 hours. So it was just mostly me rambling. So I deleted that. And this is take number 4. Actually, take number 1 was only about 15 minutes. Take number 2 was maybe about the same, about 15 minutes. Take number 3, I did do the whole video, and I didn't realize how long I was rambling for. And then I noticed the video was 2 hours, and I'm like, hey, yeah, that's a little long. So I've trimmed it down. There's going to be like kind of chop cuts, because I didn't really quite know where I wanted to chop stuff. So I just kind of picked random spots where I thought that I was decorating a little too long in certain areas, like basically the basement. I did a lot of the second half of this video is going to be in the basement. Yeah, so just I guess a little bit about what's going on in February of the new year. Um, Not really much. Guess job wise is all the same. And I am trying to focus more on being healthier, like eating the proper amounts of like proteins and getting more vegetables in my diet and not drinking so much coffee. Although I I have a very large cup of coffee. Like I have a Yeti that I drink the entire thing every morning, and it's kind of about the same ounces as the smaller Stanley, not the giant Stanley, but the other one. I think it's like 980 ounces or something. But I don't know. I don't know if coffee is something that I want to start weaning off of. I mean, maybe I'll downgrade to a smaller cup and then just try to have goals of having only that cup and not any refills. Today I did do a refill though. Um, it's like a Sunday, and so yeah, I ended up having a refill, which I shouldn't have, but I did have a second giant cup, although I only drank half of it. But yeah, I'm rambling again. One of the other things that I've been writing down tips on which tea I should drink for certain kind of issues. Like, I wrote everything down. There's also herbs that are good for certain things, like thyme and mint, basil, dill, chives. They all have their certain benefits, and tea, ginger reduces inflammation. Mint helps digest. Uh, Cinnamon helps reduce high blood sugar if you're like, I guess, diabetic. Green tea helps cholesterol, and so on. Chamomile calms the body and the brain before sleep, which I kind of already knew that chamomile can help you relax before sleeping, but I didn't really know that it can also like help with your gut. Like if you have cramps, Google said that chamomile can help with those muscles in your stomach so that they're not like tense and kind of seizing. So yeah, this is kind of what I've been focused on for the new year. Um that, and I think like maybe just general chatting overall will kind of help my mental health a little, so that cuz I'm alone a lot and I don't really talk to my animals. Um like I do the normal talking to animals, like calling them like little cutie pies and come here and, like, oh, you're such a sweetie and stuff like that. But I don't have like conversations with my animals. I know some people do. And just, I think talking to, you know, the nether, I guess, or talking to open oblivion to nobody in particular, kind of helps a little with maybe not feeling like loneliness or stuff like that, because someone may listen to this and also get some comfort and not feel so alone. So hopefully this is helping you to not feel alone. It can also help you, like, if, like, I know for me, I like having noise in the background if I'm doing dishes or I have to go do laundry, if I'm cleaning, and I don't necessarily need to really watch what's going on screen. And lately I've been watching a lot of those, like, Reddit am I the a-hole stories. But I find that after a while, like, just kind of like listening them over and over, a lot of the times the person that's writing in asking if they're the a-hole, they're never the a-hole. Like, and they're so negative. Like, the story in general is negative, not the person writing, but I mean, like, the whole story in general is usually very negative. And, somebody being an ass in some way. And the original poster is almost never the a-hole. Like you're gonna write in and be the a-hole, you know? It almost never happens. Like, I can't even think of an example. Like, if I'm trying to think of a scenario. That's why the sudden silence. But, like, say I'm out with my friend and we were gonna go to Starbucks, and I say, "Am I the a-hole for planning an afternoon with my friend?" And we went to Starbucks, and she didn't even offer to pay for my drink order because I'm the one that drove us there. I think that she should have paid for it. So I was mad and I told her, you know what? Well, I don't want to be your chauffeur anymore, so you can find your own way home. And I left. Like, if it's not, it's kind of like, yeah, everybody in the comment section is going to say you're the a-hole because it wasn't established beforehand that you were going to get any sort of exchange. Did you offer to drive? Like, I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, I'd say 95% of the Am I the a-hole posts, the person posting is almost never the a-hole. But on a side tangent, yeah, I do kind of get tired of them after a while because of the negativity, because it's almost always about somebody being an a-hole. And yeah, I'd rather listen to, like, Good News Girl. Like, I don't know if you've ever come across her on YouTube shorts, but she posts, like, good news, and it's always like something happy, somebody rescuing, like, an animal, or the cat distribution system, or something like that. It's always very light. So yeah, I just kind of want to find kind of things that are not so, I guess, dreary, dark, opinionated. I don't know. So yeah, like, I guess consider this, um they call them, shoot, what's that term? Um Crap, I'm like completely mind farting. There's a term for, it's not twinning. Shadowing? No. There's a term for when you, like, say, want to clean and you put on a cleaning video for some kind of support for when you have to do your cleaning. I don't know if that makes sense, but I've heard a couple times now it mentioned. Usually it's in cleaning channels when they're cleaning like somebody's like house and it's like really messy, or they're cleaning out like a hoarder house, and they say body double. I think that's what it's called. Body double. But yeah, they have like just kind of general conversations while they're cleaning. So it's kind of like similar to this, except my cleaning is in a game and not in real life. So I guess body double with me while I clean out this flooded bunker. I guess you could say that. I'm actually curious about what would have been behind that kind of U shaped wall if I had deleted them. Because I deleted one on the one side, but then I didn't delete the other side. And I actually wonder what's behind that wall, too. Like, I should have kept sledgehammering, maybe trim it back a bit. So I hate going back and like watching myself renovate, because then I kind of wonder, oh, I should have like, taken that wall out, or I should have moved that wall, or I should, well, shoulda, woulda, couldas. But yeah, there's it's not much else going on. I did last year. I did I think it's like a mood board, or what did they call it? It's like my friends got me to do it, and you take a big poster board and you take like snippets or photos that you find online and the things that you want to accomplish for the year. So for 2025, I found a lot of like craft projects that I wanted to do. So I found like little pictures that I wanted to paint, like things like the Leonardo da Vinci Starry Night, but with a cat in it. That was one of the things that I printed and put on my mood board, or is it spirit board? Maybe it's not a mood board. I forget what it's called now. See, I like forget everything. But yeah, like um I did that. I printed a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to paint. And then I also printed some stuff that I wanted to crochet, because I'm doing like little crochet animals and crochet cats and stuff. So I want to crochet stuff. I've been knitting. I've knitted about maybe 4 or 5 hats. Um, Hats are kind of like one of my favorite things because they're quick, and it's kind of like satisfying to complete one. And you put a little pom pom on, and it really only takes about maybe 3 hours to knit a hat. But if I was to do like a little, I think it's called anagurumi. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like when you crochet little animals, and that usually takes me forever because following the pattern, and I'm also new to it. I've done only one little animal so far, but I've done about maybe 10 to 15 hats. So the hat thing is like a lot easier. The pattern is repetitive. It's kind of like the same thing all the way up to the pom poms. So they're fun and relaxing and don't require much thinking or, yeah, I don't have to have like a piece of paper off to the side marking which row I'm on and counting all my rows and my stitches. Like it's so much easier to just do a hat. But I also kind of want to do more than just hats. I want to branch out. So, yeah. I've also been doing beading, like little beaded brooches, I guess. Brooches? I guess it's brooches. I want to do like a beaded keychain because I don't really have a keychain. I just have like my keys on a ring and there's no keychain. It's just my I have two keys on one jump ring that hooks onto the car key because I have to go out and start the car in the morning to warm it up before I leave because it's February in Canada and really cold. So I leave the car key in the car and then come run in the house. And then I have to lock the house as I'm leaving. So then I put that and I hook that back onto the car ring when I get back in the car. So I don't have a keychain. So I think I'm going to make a keychain. So that's what that rant is. But yeah, there's not too much going on other than that. I also um I have like something that I'm kind of working on the side. There was somebody from my work that a coworker that had borrowed money and then he just quit and took off. And I figured out where he works currently and the cops had actually showed up and asked for him and no one else knew where he went because he never told anyone. And then I told the cops, I'm like, oh yeah, here he is. He's working here now. And I gave them the address and everything and basically sent the cops to his doorstep. He didn't pay me back. So you know what? You get ratted on. I'm sorry, but you know, you do dirty to somebody, they do dirty back. So I'm also trying to figure out what else I can do just to screw with them. And I know it's kind of petty and I know it's you know what, it's not bad karma on my half because he's just getting his karma that he deserves. So, you know, you piss off the wrong people sometimes, you get your karma back. And he's been dishing out bad voodoo for years, it seems, because his previous work had reported him for stealing money from the elderly. So he deserves this. And he's a massive douche and he needs to get what's coming to him. So the cops showing up at his new place of work was a start. So I'm trying to think of ways if you got any ideas. I was thinking of making like a LinkedIn profile, like with his name and his picture, and putting scam artist. But I don't know like how I don't want to get in trouble either. So I'm I don't know. I'll see. I might not. It's funny though. Like come on. But yeah, I may hold off on stuff like that. Just I need to make sure that I can stay anonymous. He probably won't even know because odds are he's not going to search himself on LinkedIn, but any new potential job places that he goes to apply are going to search him on LinkedIn, see if he has a LinkedIn profile. And I'll see a second profile with his face. So Yeah, and I was thinking of doing one for Facebook. But yeah, like I said, I don't know yet. It was just a random thought one day for my petty revenge and just putting that out there. If you feel strongly about it that I might be able to get in trouble, let me know. Or if it can stay anonymous, let me know. I am open to suggestions. I just really don't think it's right that he stole money from the elderly. He worked at a retirement home, and that's why the cops were looking for him, because I think they're going to charge him. Rightfully so. That's just low. That's a new level of low. So yeah, that's the extent of any excitement that's kind of been going on in my life right now, which is pretty tame considering. And it's nice that that's the only excitement going on. You know, it's not technically my drama. It's this guy's drama. I mean, how many people have ever had the cops show up at their work? Oh my god. Was that like song by that weird ponytail girl? I forget her name. That Karma's a bitch. Imagine if, like, because I know what he drives. So imagine if I went to his current work, broke into his car, and blared that Karma's a bitch, like hotwired his car, started it, or like turned the ignition on, put the CD in his player, and then blared it, and then turned it off for the Karma's a bitch song. That's like next level though. Like there's no way I'd be able to do that. So no, I'm not doing that. I'm just saying like it would be hilarious. I need to have no proof that it was me. Although nowadays you can never be too careful, right? There's cameras everywhere. Oh, that's how the cops knew that he did that because they had video footage of little old ladies handing him money. Hmm. Oh, it was a while ago too. It was right after Christmas. So, no, I've not been dwelling on this for over a month. I've just, oh, by the way, it's February right now. I actually played this and recorded this just after Christmas. I think it was 2 days after Christmas. And I'm finally getting around to recording this voiceover. Okay, so I have a sledgehammer out because I'm trying to break the ground, and apparently you can't. I wanted just normal grass there. I didn't want to have to put like something down. And I forgot to put like pool floaties and stuff down there. Because I think you can buy pool floaties and like the decorative items and stuff. Oh, I also got World of Warcraft again. I haven't played that game in over 2 years. And even then, when I played 2 years ago, it was very casual. Like, I think I only had my subscription going for, I don't know, a few months. I was playing with my ex, and we kind of did daily quests together, and that was it. And then after about three months of playing the new expansion, it was the one with the renown, and you had to choose like a faction to go with. And we were hordes, so we went with the vampire people guys. So yeah, I remember like that's how long ago I played. I didn't play during the whole dragon part, but yeah, I rejoined because there's houses now and I wanted a house. And I wanted to be able to decorate my house. So a future video on this channel is going to be decorating my WoW house. So stay tuned for that. And I will also give updates on the douchebag that's scammed the elderly people whenever I have any updates. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. I'm so sorry if you heard me, and I'm so sorry if I made you yawn. It's getting late because it's like my fourth time recording this. But I actually want to play something, but I don't know what I want to play. I kind of want to play Raft again. I don't know. I've been playing WoW, just like trying to get my because I have two priests and they're both gnomes. They're both like identical and they're both around level 60. One was level 64 and the other one was 56 ish. But it was the name I wanted. One is named Dolly and the other one is named Dolly Llama. So I wanted to play the one with the name Dolly, but she was lower. She was 56 and the other one's 64. So you would think, I'd want to play the higher level and get the higher level one maxed out, but I want the name. So I ended up playing Dolly and bringing her up. I think she's level 62 now. And then Dolly Llama, spelled DOLLYLLAMA, not like the Dalai Lama, like the DALI llama. Um, I ended up catching her up basically just because I want to play. That was like my original character. I think I started playing. So I did play like vanilla WoW when it was launched, but at the tail end. So it was like maybe about, I'd say, 3 or 4 months before the release of Burning Crusade. That's when I started. So I did initially play a vanilla WoW for a while, for like the 3 or 4 months. And then the expansion came. And then, yeah, then I upgraded. And then I got sucked in. And then it was kind of game over from there. So I don't know if anybody remembers those days. I don't know if anybody else plays well. Anybody watching this played well. But back in the day, I feel like an old timer telling stories from the 1950s. You The flight paths weren't linked, and I was Alliance usually. I didn't play Horde in the beginning. Um and I used to fly from the Night Elf area. I forget what it is. It's been a while. So I fly from Night Elf area to the shore. I think it was Dark Shore actually. And once you land, you like your character kind of gets off of the flying mount and then just sits on the ground. Especially if you're AFK, you just sit on the ground. So if you're, off going to the bathroom or getting a drink or something, your character would just fly the one fly point from one point to the next and then would like sit. And then a lot of the times back then, PvP activity was really kind of rampant, and groups of Horde would show up and kill the flight masters. So then you'd have to sit there and wait until the flight master would respawn. And sometimes the Horde would camp the area, and as soon as the flight master would respawn, they would come rushing back and kill him again. And then you're stuck there again waiting for, I think it's like 10 minutes or something for the guy to respawn. So it was a pain in the butt. And I was on a PvP server because my friends were all playing PvP servers, and like I wanted the peaceful server. I didn't want to have to like look over my shoulder and be scared for my life when I'm trying to quest. But nobody wanted to join me on the peaceful servers because it wasn't fun or it wasn't exciting or there was nothing going on. So yeah, I stayed with my friends instead and just kind of was a big chicken, and I like hide a lot because I wasn't into PvP very much back then. I got better though. Burning Crusade was one of the best times to be a disc priest because you were really overpowered. And I remember questing in like Outland, I think it was called. And I had like a shield on. I always had shields on because they were also overpowered. And I heard that rogue noise, like the vroom. And he tried to backstab me, but my shield like absorbed all of it, and it absorbed like it's his next like few like stabs. And I don't remember if the like they have a stun that they do as their like opening move. I think I may have been stunned, but I came out of it right away, and then I feared him, and then I just kind of started smiting him and, whatever, and attacking him back. And then he would kind of knock me out again and then try to like take me out again. And then as soon as I come out of it, I'd bubble, heal to full, and then fear him and then start paying away at him. And I'm pretty sure I killed him. So that was pretty much my routine because I was very confident at being disc. So I kind of got over my fear of having to go out and quest in a PvP world. But now it's easier because you just turn your flag off and you won't get attacked. And then, like back in the day, too, I just remember spending so much money on transferring my characters from one realm to another realm because my friends all decided to jump ship, and they're like, "Oh, I'm tired of the queue to get into, to log in, and the server's too full, so we're all going to whatever server." So then they'd all take off, and then like, oh, if I want to follow like the majority of the guild, I gotta transfer now. So then I would end up transferring, and it was just kind of a pain in the butt. And then I'd also spent a lot of money in like changing like changing races for one. I go from like horde to alliance, and I'd also spend money on like changing my name. I was always almost never satisfied with whatever name I picked, and I didn't want to have to re-roll a whole new character and re-level a whole new character. So I would just pay and have my name changed. And my I had a WoW friend, and he kind of did the same thing where he overspent on those types of services, and we added it up one day. And I think mine came to like close to $500 on just random crap of changing server and changing race or changing gender or changing names or whatever. And him, I think he was like closer to 800. And he's like, oh, I don't even want to know. And then time played. Oh my God. You just like type slash played and see how long you've played. And I think I was over a year. It's like 368 days or something. I mean, and they take into it like it's not like they count like by minute. So it is like literally the amount of like minutes that you've spent physically in the game playing. It's not, they don't count the days you logged in. So, like, say earlier this morning, I logged in for a little bit and I did one dungeon and I logged out. I played for maybe 2 hours. So that wouldn't be a day. That would be 2 hours. So it's insane how much time I was in that game. But it's like, I know like it can be all consuming too, but I'm not at that point because I don't know anybody really that plays. I have a friend that plays, but he also has a wife and a family. You know, he has two little ones, and he works, and it's just not. He's just not able to play that much. So, and I'm not. I'm in a guild because somebody just threw me a random invite. But other than that, like I don't really know anybody. So I just kind of like go on and play if I'm bored. I should really be like trying to finish my last year's wish list for the vision board. That's what it's called. A vision board. I knew it would eventually come to me. Stuff like that usually comes to me after I'm done recording the video and post it. That's usually when they come to me. But yeah, I should be working on physical things that are real and not virtual things. But it clears the mind, you know, and a couple hours here and there, I think is healthy. I guess like an entire weekend of day in and day out and, you know, not doing anything else productive isn't healthy. I reorganized my kitchen. I reorganized all my tea. I did all my dishes. I did my laundry. I have to clean the bunny's litter boxes next. So that's my Sunday. And yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do next. I have a knitting project, but I think I'm just going to take that to work and knit on my lunch break. I might hop into WoW and maybe like, I can't really decorate my house though because I don't have any furniture. Like I just have whatever the base game gave me as like freebie furniture. I don't have any like actual furniture that I've got out and bought. I could probably like do another run through. I don't know, like a dungeon. And then Mass Effect, I haven't played yet for a bit. I tried it after I got the new PC up and running. I really want to cheat in that game though. You know, when you just want to cheat. But yeah, I haven't played that in a bit. There's like key moments in Mass Effect, like when the Shore Leave DLC and you get the apartment from Anderson. Like those are kind of the key moments that I'm looking forward to, but I can't like jump to them and start playing those points because I don't have a game save that far in. I just kind of have to wait until I get there. So I'm almost finished here. And then I'm going to be wrapping this house up. I didn't furnish it though. I just like left it empty. I don't know. I think like cleaning it up and painting and choosing a color scheme, that's like the most fun for me. Adding all the furniture isn't so much. I guess because the most dramatic part is it being all like disheveled and deteriorated and dirty and needs to be cleaned, and the before and after of it being crisp is, you know, the wow factor. But yeah, I forget a door in the back and then I just leave it like this. So I'll see you in the next video, probably my WoW house tour. Bye.